In this grammar cat, I'm going to talk about pronouns, just the basics. So this is Hedwig on the left and my old cat Picard on the right, and if you're counting, no, we do not have 4 cats. Picky, we called her, is in heaven watching us learn all this grammar. So this presentation will cover pronouns, the word you, the word they. So first, what is a pronoun? Well, you can see Picky in the box there with a couple of pronouns above her. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun, very basically. So we use pronouns so that we don't have to use the same word over and over. Readers need variety. So without pronouns, this sentence would sound ridiculous. Picky sat in the box so that Picky could hide from Picky's brother Hedwig. That does sound ridiculous. Instead, we use pronouns to replace it so we don't have to keep saying her name over and over. Here's a sentence with pronouns. Picky sat in the box so that she could hide from her brother Hedwig. There you go, pronouns. She and her are replacing her name so that we don't have to keep saying it. And I bet you didn't know that there are over 100 pronouns. Here are just some of them. Boom. Don't worry, I won't read them to you. If you do read them, it's pretty exhausting. Hedwig and Picky got halfway through the list and decided to take a nap. Okay, so you might be familiar with the who's on first routine. So this question is, who is on first? Who's on first base? And as a sentence, who is on first, it will make sense in just a moment. Here is a diagram. I apologize for the poor quality. So Who's on First is a famous comedy routine by Abbott and Costello. I will link a video for you below. So the story is that the two of them are talking about a baseball team where every person's name is unique and thus confusing. For example, the person pitching on this baseball team, his name is Tomorrow. The catcher's name is Today. I'm sorry, it's very hard to see. That's at the bottom. The person on first base is Who. His name is Who. The second base's name is What. Third base is I Don't Know. Shortstop is I Don't Give a Darn. Left field is Why, and outfield is Because. You can imagine how confusing this is. And if you haven't seen the routine, I highly recommend it. It's a classic and it is just hilarious. Okay, let's move on. So here's a riddle for you with some pronouns in it that could lead to some confusion. A young boy and his father were out playing golf when they were hit by another golf cart. Both were injured and rushed to the hospital. They were wheeled into separate operating rooms and 2 doctors prepped up to work on them, 1 doctor for each patient. The doctor operating on the father got started right away, but the doctor assigned to the young boy stared at him in surprise. "I can't operate on him," the doctor exclaimed to the staff. "That child is my son." How on earth is this possible? Well, first let's identify all of the pronouns. His, they, both, they, them, him. Now, those are all replacing the words for the son and the father. But the lack of pronoun for the doctor makes this riddle a riddle. The doctor is actually the son's mother. So shame on you if you didn't think that a female could be a doctor. That's the answer to this riddle, is that the doctor is the mother. So here's Hedwig again to help us in a box. Complete the following sentence. A student should thank blank teacher. There are lots of different ways to fill this in, but just out of one poll with about 1,200 respondents from Grammar Girl, 40% preferred either his or her, so a student should thank his teacher, or a student should thank her teacher. 32% preferred the word their, and 25% preferred his. If you weren't sure, their would work, but the proper grammatically correct way to complete the sentence is all 3 words, his or her. So the sentence should read, a student should thank his or her teacher. Again, that was about 1,200 respondents to this poll from Grammar Girl. All right, let's talk about this confusing sentence here using my mother's cotton ball fluffy dogs. Kai told Kippy that she needed a haircut. Well, the word she is a pronoun, but it is very unclear whether you are talking about Kai or Kippy. Kippy's on the left, by the way. This is better. Kai stated that Kippy needed a haircut. There we go. In this case, to clarify, you needed to take away the pronoun altogether. She got her haircut and she looks beautiful. Yes, you do. This is my sister's pug, Zuki. I sometimes have to warn you that she's going to pop up and stare at you. So beware of you. You is a pronoun that can get you into trouble with academic writing. For example, when a person is trying to study, you can be easily distracted by cute pets. Okay? Me. When you use you in an essay, it means you are pointing your finger at your reader. You are directly addressing them. So you don't want to do that unless your reader is quite literally your audience, and that is almost never the case. Here's a better way of fixing it. When a person is trying to study, he or she can be easily distracted by cute pets. You can also use they, but again, all three words he or she is grammatically correct. All right, let's talk about they. You can always be specific. We often use they so much that I imagine they to be this person or a group of people behind a door. And look how omnipotent they are. They are all powerful. In Alaska, they catch huge king crabs. Wow. That sounds hard to do. Good job, they. They should totally make that a law. Oh, apparently they is a lawyer or a lawmaker. They told me to do it. Ooh, doesn't sound good. Well, you know what they say. They says a lot of things. They is a person. They says a lot of things. They don't know who did it. Oh. Also, wow, they are really talented. So the word they here is really vague. The way to fix these would be something like, in Alaska, fishermen catch huge king crabs. The congressman should totally make that a law. My sister told me to do it. Well, you know what he says. The policemen don't know who did it. Wow, Miss Saito is really talented. That would be a great way to fix any of them, and you want to be as specific as possible in your writing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.